Hi guys, Fog Gaming here and welcome to PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. The 7th update to the PC 1.0 version has just been released on the test servers. It includes new features that the developers have announced in their 2018 roadmap, which you can see over here. Today we're going to look at all the important changes that were introduced in this latest update. The developers will move these changes over to the live servers once the test build is stable. The new emote system that was announced in the 2018 roadmap is a huge part of this update. There are 12 emotes at this very moment, but more emotes will be added in the future. The tilde key allows you to open the menu. From here you can either left click on the emote that you want to use, or you can press the hotkey that is assigned to it. You will then see the character perform an animation that represents the emote. If you want to, you can even taunt the player after you kill him, if you feel like it. But just be careful that you don't get killed while performing this animation. I'm sure that it's going to happen someday. Visual adjustments were also made to improve the gameplay experience. Using scopes now feels more realistic. They added coloring and distortion effects on the edge of the scope. They expanded the field of view when looking into a scope, and they added a parallax effect when moving the weapon very quickly. The 8x scope was changed entirely. It now looks like this, and it is very different than what it used to be. The lens effects don't just make sniping more realistic, but it also makes it more challenging. Some tall buildings in Miramar now have holes in ceilings and floors. It is now easier and faster to move between the different levels. You can jump into these holes to go down to the next floor, and you won't be forced to use the narrow staircases if doors are being covered by an enemy. You can even use these holes to set up angles on your enemies and set up ambushes that were not possible before. You can even spy on somebody if you thought that it was a good idea to go to the bathroom in the middle of the game. The UI has also received a few changes in Update 7. The 9 vehicle status icons were redesigned so that they are now easier to see in a 4K resolution, like we all play in 4K. The red cross icon for a broken tire was also replaced with a red tire icon. This change will help it make even more clear that you've lost a tire. Some of the UI and in-game text were fixed so that they display the right information to the player. The new PUBG friends list was introduced in Update 7, and this is separate from your friends list on Steam. This means that you can be friends with somebody on this list, but not necessarily on your Steam's friends list. The PUBG friends list can accommodate 50 of your buddies, and you don't even have to be playing on the same platform to add them. The friends list actually works more like a list of people that you are following. Your buddy doesn't need to accept any invites or anything like that. All you have to do is to add them to this list. You can also see your most recent teammates if you want to add one of them. You can find these guys in the recent tab, which comes at a big surprise. This list can fit up to 30 people, so you can still add your teammates from a few games ago. The main menu voice chat was also introduced in this update. It will allow you to speak with your buddies even if the game has not started yet. Many players decided to turn on the blue blood effects because they are more visible than the red blood effects. It made it more easier for them to see if they were hitting their enemy or not. This was fixed in this update, so now the blue blood effects are just as visible as the red blood effects. Different surfaces now have their own unique particles and their own hit sound effects. If a bullet hits a nearby cactus, for example, then it will look and sound different than a bullet hitting a tree. This is very useful if you're sniping. If you miss your shot, then it will be very clear where it landed, and this will help you with adjusting your aim. This can be very useful if you're listening to a gunfight from behind cover in the first person view, because it can give you a better idea of where the enemy is shooting from. Speaking about sounds, players can no longer silence their footsteps thanks to this update. This is one of the things that weren't mentioned in the notes. This means that you cannot silently sneak up behind your next victim anymore who you intend to kill with your pan. So you'll have to mask your footsteps with other noises, for example the sound of an incoming airplane or the nearby red zone. This latest update came with a lot of bug fixes. The most important fix prevents players from instantly dying when they're vaulting or climbing. But they did not fix the issue when you die instantly every time you think it's a good idea to ride a bike. I always seem to encounter that bug. Very strange. They also fixed the bug that causes players to get stuck between walls and see through them when they are vaulting or climbing. That being said, there are a few bugs that I often encounter that aren't fixed, and I'm sure that you'll be able to add a lot more to this list. You can still get stuck, for example, with your parachute right before you land. This guy found out the hard way. The new emote system comes with 12 emotes. The Go emote makes your character point forward, and it can be used to tell your teammates to move in without saying a word. The Hello emote will make your character wave his or her hand. The thanks emote causes your character to blow a kiss. I don't really know why you'd want to do that in the shooter game, but anyway. The affirmative emote will make your character nod twice. The clap emote will make your character clap her hands, and it can be used to give everybody a round of applause when it does something awesome. The laugh emote will make your character lean back and laugh, of course. The surrender emote will make your character bring her hands up. It is very likely that you won't be able to use this on your opponents, because they're going to want to kill you and win this game perhaps, but you never know. The rage emote will make your character lean down and get angry. The you're done emote makes it very clear that you're going to want to kill your opponent. The negative emote will make your character shake her head twice. The provoke emote will make your character point her index finger and middle finger at her eyes, letting you know that she will be watching you. And the calm emote, well, I'm sure that you know this one. These were all the changes that were just applied to the test servers. Soon this PUBG Update 7 will be available on the live servers, so now you know what to expect. This was Fog of Gaming, thanks for watching, and I will see you in Battlegrounds.